So it's finally here. It has literally just been announced. The One Piece card game ban list has been revealed. I'm recording this just as it's been announced, so I've not even looked at it and seen it yet. So we're going to live react to it together, going through exactly what's banned, any unbans, any limits of any kind. I cannot wait for this. I am so excited. My name is Ben Fitzpatrick. I'm a TCG caster, and that just means I love talking about them. So let's do that right now. But of course, before we get into any of that, if you do enjoy this video, please go ahead and drop a like rating on it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, like I know over 90% of you that watch these videos have not done. If you're coming back on the regular, you might as well subscribe. It is completely free to do so. While you're down there, drop me a comment with what you think about these ban lists announcements and check out my link tree so you can find me on other platforms. So, this has literally just happened. I'm on the Japanese website. It has been translated into English thanks to my Google Translate widget thing. I've literally just seen this. My local community have literally just posted this in their announcements channel in their Discord, and I've literally just immediately gone straight to the website, straight to the computer to get ready and record this video. So here we go then. General kind of stuff about, like, you know, this is what bans are, this is why we ban stuff, and things like that. Okay, so what will be applied from August the 30th, 2025? Okay, so August 30th is when the bans will be in action, which will be in time for Bologna, the Bologna Regional Championship. So that's very interesting. We're going to have a completely new format with OP12, and the ban list is going to be in effect straight away from that set being legal. So we're not going to have a small little OP12 with unbanned stuff and then OP12.5 like we have in previous formats. We are just going to get OP12 in the West with the bans straight away. So that's really interesting. Okay, so 3 years have passed since the release of the One Piece card game, and various cards have been introduced with the leaders and characters changing dramatically. In order to improve the current rules and battle environment, the following cards will be banned and restricted effective August the 30th. Forbidden pairs. Card A and card B can't be used at the same time. Wow, okay. So we are banning... Okay, hang on. What? What? Oh my god! Okay, so this is why it was delayed, first and foremost, because Nami's being banned. As if they've banned Nami! Oh my god, so this is in response to the Otama card that was revealed as a part of OP13. I'll flash it up on screen right now for you. But if you missed that translation or missed that card, it is a 1-cost 2k counter that says if you have 3 or less life, draw 2, trash 1. So essentially, it was another 4 copies of Kaya. So we have banned Nami completely in that vein without the Otama even being released. August 30th, Nami just isn't a deck anymore. We've unbanned Sakazuki. I never in a million years expected, away from like the unlimited format, that Sakazuki was ever going to be unbanned. This is a crazy new precedent that's being set for leaders that were previously banned and had new versions created. That was the biggest reason why I never thought that Sakazuki was going to be unbanned, was because the new reworked leader had been created. And because they didn't release a reworked leader in, like, Edward Newgate's case, for example, I never thought that Sakazuki would be unbanned. So this opens up the possibility, later in the future, that Red Purple Law could maybe return. But Sakazuki being unbanned, I mean, granted, Moria still seems like it's going to be banned. We've not gotten to the rest of it. I can see Kabaji's been unbanned, but now that Nami's gone, this card is basically completely useless. But the fact that it seems like Moria might still be banned, this deck will be a little bit weaker. It's still going to be very good, I think, still. But, wow. I mean, this is crazy. What else? Is there anything else unbanned? No. Okay. So, Moria, Jinbei, Ice Age, Raigo, that is. ST10, which is red purple. Okay, so Raigo, red purple lore leader, Eni's lobby, OP05 41 Sakazuki, but that's what this is. So this is being unbanned. Kabaji's been unbanned. A Reject and Moby Dick and Great Eruption are still banned. There's nothing restricted. And then Forbidden Pairs. So this is new. Forbidden Pairs. So you cannot use Blue Purple Luffy with Katakuri and Linlin anymore. That's a really interesting choice. So Blue Purple Luffy isn't banned. You just can't use Linlin and Katakuri in the deck anymore. Or you can only use one at a time? Let's see if there's any further clarification. Okay, here we go. So here's the further clarification that we were looking for. So, the OP11 40 Monkey D. Luffy deck, herein referred to as this deck, so Blue Purple Luffy, is designed to be a powerful deck in the early game. Instead of focusing on increasing the number of cards, it has large openings in the early and mid-game, which were expected to be its weak spots. However, by using these cards in combination with Katakuri and Linlin, it is possible to close the weakness in the mid-game, because you ramp stupidly aggressively early with Zorojuro, Gear 2, God Thread Trigger and KO Effect, and Mr. Tube on Clay, and ramp into these things. This gets you a Don as well anyway if you just play it for 8. And it has extremely high defensive power, maintaining a high win rate and usage rate. This combination limits the number of decks that can deal with it, and we have determined that it takes away the diversity of various fighting styles, so we have designated this combination as a banned pair. So, for clarification, Blue Purple Luffy leader, in and of itself, is not banned. It is the combination of either Blue Purple Luffy and Katakuri, and Blue Purple Luffy and Linlin. So the deck still is alive, and you still got Sanji in it and stuff like that. You're just going to have to find different top-end pieces to be able to work with it. That's a really interesting choice and a really interesting change. I'm not sure how I feel about it. It definitely neuters the deck, that's for sure, because you can't just Sanji into Linlin or Sanji into Katakuri and be, like they're saying, super, super defensive here. But I wonder if the deck still functions. Because you still got Sanji into, say, Mihawk. You still got Sanji into Nami. So you still got blockers and stuff like that. It's just the healing that you don't have. And you don't have this giant 8k blocker that can restand itself and attack freely. You're just going to have to rely on being very, very selective with how you use your Namis. I wonder if Blue Purple Luffy then instead will take a leaf out of the sort of the mono purple playbook and just go into stuff like Luffy Tauro. Maybe that is a possibility. I don't know if it's a good possibility or not, but it's certainly a shout. It's certainly a chance. And it's the first time ever that we've seen a forbidden pair being created. Now on to the stuff that's outright banned. This is just fucking ridiculous in my part. I apologize for my language, but this is, as someone who played Nami, this just seems really, really silly. OP3 Leader Nami has been banned. As the series progressed, the power of the OP03 040 Nami deck, herein referred after as this deck, became stronger than initially anticipated, and the deck's unique strategy deviated from the gameplay we wanted to provide. Furthermore, the existence of this deck significantly limits the expansion of blue cards with the effect of drawing a card, and we have determined that this deck significantly reduces the diversity of leaders. For those reasons, this card will be banned. Due to the banning of OP03 Nami, a new card with new text, Promo 117 Nami, will be distributed at future tournaments and events. Okay. What? Why? Honestly, I know a lot of people were saying about this when it got announced in the Japan area finals that the ban list was being announced today and, like, you know, delayed in what we thought and what our theory was. And this might be because I've played Nami before, I don't agree with this. I think that this is a stupid ban. I understand the reasoning why, about how it's limiting future design choices with blue cards drawing stuff. But honestly, I feel the exact same way about this as I did about Kingdom Come being banned. I don't think this deck is a problem. I don't understand why we have banned Nami, personally. Again, this might just be because I've played the deck before, but I think this is a massive misstep, personally. Because what you're essentially saying here, to me, is we created an alt-win con, and we now don't like that people are playing to the strengths of that alt-win con. It's just really stupid to me. It's the same thing about, like, banning Kingdom Come, is that we've created a way for yellow decks to be able to deal with cards and create and have easy single target removal for anything in the game, but there is a hindrance to it. There's a cost to it. You have to trash down until you have at least one life. And we don't like that, so we're just going to kill it. I really disagree with this. I think this is a wrong move. Obviously, we'll have to wait and see what this new rework of the Nami leader is, which at least I'm glad that they are releasing a rework for it. But we know how bad that the rework leaders have been historically, right? Sakazuki was okay. It wasn't terrible, but it was nowhere near the power that it was originally, so it's just not viable. And the red-purple law leader, they bastardized the living hell out of that. And it's just completely unplayable. So I'm very fearful that that's going to be the exact same feature here. I have a horrible feeling that they're just going to remove the alt-win con from Nami here, and they're going to make it into Don ×1, if an attack goes through, trash the top card of your opponent's deck, or something like that. It's going to be really bad. I don't think, have they unveiled or released? Oh, they have. Oh, okay, they have just released the new version of it. Okay, let me see if we can translate this. Give me 2 seconds. Okay, so I've done a rough translation of this brand new leader, the new promo Nami. It is still an alt-win con, it looks like, but per the rules, you can only put cards with the East Blue trait. Bandai, what the fuck? Why? Why? This is so bad. Do we even get Kaya still? Is Kaya East Blue? OPO 3. Do we at least get okay, we at least still get Kaya. And we still get Sanji's Pilaf, right? Okay, so we get Kaya and Pilaf still, at the very least. But we don't get Impel Down All-Stars. We don't get any, like, White Snake or anything like that. We don't get Gloriosa. We don't get... Oh my god. This is so bad. I think we are actually unironically gonna have to come back to a point where we're playing Usopp again in this deck. This is East Blue, right? Yeah. I think unironically this deck now has to play Usopp again. Why? Why? What are we doing? Why are we removing such a cool alt-win con and alt strategy? The Don X1 effect still looks like it's the same, by the way. Don X1, when its leader's attack inflicts damage to your opponent's life, you may put the top card of your deck into trash. Okay, so the Don X1 is the same. I'll see if I can have a better investigation about what East Blue cards we actually keep here. Okay, so these are the cards that we still have with East Blue. So we've still got Event Searcher Nami. We've still got Apis as a 2K. We've still got Kaya. We've got Zeph. We've got Rubber Band of Doom, Gum Gum Giant Gavel, Sanji's Pilaf. And that's about it. Are we actually unironically going to have to start running Logetown in this deck? Like, you're removing half of the counter events. We don't get Desert Sparta. We don't keep Impel Down All-Stars. We don't keep White Snake. We don't keep either Snake Dance or Overheat. We don't even get Overheat. We don't even get Overheat. We're actually going to have to start running 3,000 Worlds to bounce the Kayas back or Zephs. We get no G-Co at the very least still, so we can bounce them back that way. We get Boodle as the blocker. We don't get Margaret. Oh my god. I might be overreacting. And I hope I'm overreacting here, but this is just so bad now. This is so silly. Yeah, I'm genuinely lost for words here. I'm genuinely lost for words. Like, I think I'm even gonna make a. Oh, it's gonna force me to log in. Okay, I can't be arsed with that. I was gonna make a point of like, okay, here's what the new deck is gonna look like. That'll probably be a video for later. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Thanks, Bandai. Kill my hope and dreams while you're at it. In new news, Sakazuki's back. Because why not? This card will be removed from the ban list as it has been determined that it does not undermine the diversity of leaders in the current environment. Cool. Thanks, Bandai. Thanks. Can't wait for this to keep running around in the next format, as well as then Emu in OP13. Cool. Thanks, Bandai. And then Kabaji is back. So, with OP03 Nami now banned, we've determined this card's impact on the current environment is low, and therefore will be removing it from the ban list. Yeah, because it's absolutely useless now, because it's not East Blue. So it can't be included in the new Nami. We'll double check, and we'll remind those that need the reminding as well, as to what this card does. If you have emoji on the board, you draw 2, trash 1. But it's Buggy Pirates, so you can't play it in the new Nami, so it's completely useless. That's why they've brought it back. Enjoy! Fun! Oh my god. So, basically, apart from the updated prediction that a lot of the community made when it got delayed to today, everybody was wrong, essentially. Apart from some of the few that are like, oh yeah, Sakazuki's coming back. Everybody was wrong. Because the Blue-Purple Luffy leader isn't actually banned. You just can't play it along with Katakuri and or Charlotte Linlin. Giant isn't banned, which, to be fair, a lot of people expected with the PRBO2 manga artwork reprint, thought that it wasn't going to go. What else was a possibility for being banned and still around? You've still technically actually got these cards still in the format, Linlin and Katakuri. We've still got Hody Jones. We've still got Dracula Mihawk for Zoro and whatever else as well. I hope I'm overreacting, and this is the point of the video, even with my like associations and being a caster and this, that, and the other, where I make it abundantly clear this is personal opinion, and it might be an overreacting knee-jerk reaction, and that it is not associated or affiliated with Bandai or its wider representation or relationships. This is, I think, the worst fucking ban list we've ever had. This is absolutely terrible. Because it doesn't solve... It like, Band-Aid's the problem, but I don't think it necessarily solves it, because Blue-Purple's still alive. It still lives. You just can't play it with Katakuri and Linlin anymore. So it neuters the living shit out of it, yes, but the leader is still here. So maybe now this just turns into a full Straw Hat Crew build, where you're basically just never missing off of the leader effect, and you have some other top-end pieces. Also, this doesn't kill Linlin for when Roger comes around in OP13, or whatever else spits out. So, I'm shocked. I'm genuinely shocked. Like I say, I may be completely wrong. I hope that I'm completely wrong, and I hope that this makes the OP12 format going forwards really, really nice and really, really healthy. But I don't know if it does. Because in the Japanese format, the two sort of most represented decks, or top decks, are Blue Purple Luffy and Zoro. Blue Purple Luffy has taken a hit, yes. You can't run Katakuri and Lin anymore. Yes, okay, cool. The deck is still here, though. The leader is still here. We've done nothing to preemptively work on Zoro, either, with its extremely high play rate. We've not done anything to Betty here. I completely forgot. We've not done anything to Betty. Which, okay, granted, in the people that I've spoken to and the information that I've been seeing out of Japan, in the OP12 format, Betty seemingly just dies anyway. But still, we've not done anything to address the winning most deck throughout the entirety of OP11. I'm gonna need some time. I'm gonna need some time to think about this here, because this, yeah, I really don't know about this one, Chief. But there we go. Banlist is here. Rejoice, everyone. Sakazuki's back. A cool alt win condition win leader has been morphed into East Blue Matters deck, and the core root of the problem in the leader I don't think has actually been adjusted here. So yeah, cool. That's gonna do it for this video. If you enjoyed, please do consider dropping a like rating on this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and drop a comment down below with what you think about this ban list, because I'd really, really be interested to know. I didn't spoil myself and look at the community initial reaction before recording this video. I went straight to record the video as soon as I saw that this web link had been posted. So now I'm going to read and see what the rest of the community think after editing this video and getting it straight uploaded. So yeah, that's going to do it for today's video. Thanks for watching, and until next time, where hopefully I have my sanity back, we'll see you then. Goodbye for now.